All right, let's get a couple things out of the way first, right? I'm aware that this is not a good look. I'm not shaving during quarantine. Don't care. I see myself. I have a mirror. I realize that this is not what's going to make you wet downstairs. But yeah, I got the mustache and weak facial hair. It looks stronger in real life. My camera's not great. But it doesn't look good. That doesn't mean it looks good. It looks bad. So I'll give you that. I'm aware of it. You'll see it more in a second. But number 2, I am using updated rosters somewhat. Now, because there's a glitch on EA's end where it says that files have been removed by the creator in the community download section, in the community files, it's not as up to date as it could be, because there are files and rosters and draft classes that keep getting uploaded, yet you can't download them because there's a glitch on EA's end where it says the file was removed. EA, please fix this. It's super frustrating. I get multiple tweets a day asking me, did you take down your draft class? No, I didn't, but it would appear that way because of the glitch on EA's end. Very frustrating. Follow me on Twitter as well if you don't already. Link in the description along with everything. Outro song, blah, blah, blah. Okay. That's out of the way. But that's how you do it. That's how I load these files in that's how I have updated roster. The files have been preloaded in. I get asked these questions all the time. You don't listen. You gotta listen, and you'll figure it out. But we're rebuilding the Cardinals today. We got Deandre Hopkins in one of the worst trades in modern history, I would say, for the Houston Texans. They traded away Deandre Hopkins and draft picks for David Johnson and draft picks. Or was it Deandre Hopkins straight up? Let me get the exact details. Before we get any further, I need to give a huge shout out to Raid Shadow Legends, sponsor of today's video, and an app that I've been completely addicted to as of late. Of course, if you guys do not know Raid Shadow Legends, it is a free-to-play RPG on desktop and mobile. I've been playing it mostly on mobile on my iPhone 6s, and something I love about it that was super surprising to me is I only have the iPhone 6s, yet this game runs incredibly smoothly, and it is beautiful to look at. Really, really fantastic graphics, especially for a mobile game. It's unreal. Now, if you add me quickly enough under the username Big Gene Dangus, you might even have a shot to join my clan. When you first get the game, you get an opportunity to choose an epic champion. I went with Kale. He's a rare dark elf, and this guy is the epitome of doom and destruction. One of my favorite attacks he has is Acid Rain. Use it, you click the enemy, you drop the Acid Rain. It's got splash damage. Incredible for finishing enemies in the heat of battle. Their battle pass just came out. It's got great rewards that you can learn and earn through as you go. It's fantastic. And there's even another special bonus that you can earn only through my special links at the very end of the promo. And a very special bonus, if you are a new player, you can earn 100,000 silver plus a free champion, which is Hex Weaver. So again, all you want to do, click those special links down in the top line of the description. You earn Hex Weaver. All this treasure is going to be waiting for you right here on Raid Shadow Legends. Click those special links. Download this great app. Rewards only available for the next 30 days, so you got to hurry. Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins in a 4th to the Cardinals for David Johnson and a 2020 second round pick and a 2021 4th. So the trade is DeAndre Hopkins essentially for David Johnson and a 2020 second. Like, what an unbelievable trade for the Cardinals to get maybe the best receiver in football. I know there's going to be a lot of guys that say Michael Thomas. Some are going to say Julio Jones. Some even Antonio Brown, even though he's an idiot. But he's still amazing. Last healthy season in his head, we'll say, it was 2 years ago, and he was very, very good. But you could pick between probably those top 4 guys as the best receiver in the league right now. DeAndre Hopkins is incredible. We're going to be taking the Cardinals. And now, of course, as I've mentioned in the past, when I have to use this draft class, or excuse me, this roster, I can't load in with the actual draft order, so it's going to be a little bit weird. We're not going to be picking in our exact spot, but hopefully it's close to 8. I'm sure it won't change things all that much, but let's go ahead and hop into it. Big thank you to Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring the video, even though I drunkenly stammered through the intro, or it would seem. Haven't been drinking, but that would be a good excuse. So if we take a look at this team, it's an interesting one, right? The Cardinals are in a weird spot. They've got some veteran players on the offensive line who are decent, but overall it's a weak unit. Justin Pugh is a former Pro Bowler. He's not that great at this point. He's okay. Cardinals paid him a lot of money, as did they with DJ Humphries. He signed a huge contract extension. I want to say 4 years, 53 mil, something to that nature. AQ Shipley is here at center. That's probably a position we're going to have to replace. But Lamont Gaillard could be the guy to start at center. Now, he was a starting center at Georgia and was actually one of the better late-round guys that was selected in the entire draft. So Gaillard is probably going to be my starting center. The Cardinals have a lot of guys that could definitely be really, really good in the future if they progress it the way they could. J.R. Sweezy's in there. Marcus Gilbert. I probably am going to look to draft a tackle or a wideout. Not really sure. DeAndre Hopkins being added to this team makes things a whole lot more interesting. But yeah, Max Williams at tight end. Charles Clay. It's okay. Max Williams is all right. Charles Clay is all right. I would say Clay is definitely past his prime, and Max Williams is approaching it. But he's like, what, 27? Hasn't really shown too much. 25, all right, maybe. He's still very young. DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver 1. Larry Fitzgerald, of course, legend of the game. Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella. We also have Hakeem Butler. I think Demir Bird is who this is. What is he looking like? Good speed. He actually might be a usable player. I don't really know what we're going to do with him yet. Kenyon Drake was transition tagged, so he's likely going to be on this team this next season. Chase Edmonds is not a terrible backup. And, of course, Kyler Murray had a great rookie season for the Cardinals. And now that he is a huge weapon in DeAndre Hopkins, who knows what he's going to be capable of. He probably should have even more throw power than 89. 89 is kind of on the low side, I'm not going to lie. Defensively, it's a little bit worse. Of course, they brought in Jordan Hicks, but they still didn't really cover tight ends too well. Hassan Reddick is looking to be kind of a bust for the Cardinals. Brooks Reed, Cassius Marsh, Tanner Vallejo. Chandler Jones is a good player, superstar X Factor. We'll look to build around that, even though he's getting a little bit older at 29 years old. So regression's going to hit him. Of course, we have Deontay. I don't know why I was going to say Darian Thompson. Darian Thompson, Boise State safety that was on the Giants and the Cowboys. But Deontay Thompson, another guy that fell in the draft out of Alabama along with Mac Wilson. But solid potential there. I don't know if we're going to start him at strong safety. I think he's more of a traditional free safety. And Budda Baker could probably play in that in-the-box role. But we'll leave him where they are for the time being. Patrick Peterson, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL still. Even at 29 years old, he's going to regress, unfortunately. Byron Murphy, maybe the best cornerback in that draft class and was a second-round pick. Robert Alford in here as well. And, of course, the defensive line is pretty brutally bad. Rodney Gunter, Zach Kerr, Corey Peters, Clinton McDonald. I do like Zach Allen quite a bit. I'm going to want to play him over Clinton McDonald, I'll say. And Zach Kerr in here as well. I mean, Jonathan Bullard. It's a weird team, but there's a lot of potential. This team could do some big things in 2020 if we even get a season with this coronavirus stuff. So, but this video is centered around DeAndre Hopkins. We're going to use and utilize him, and hopefully we dominate. We're going to head to the playoffs, though, which we won't make. This first season doesn't really matter because we need to do the draft, and that's kind of like our main focus here is we're going to jump to where we are in the real life portion. So we're going to move past the playoffs, actually, and start at the offseason. So I re-signed DJ Humphries to a 4-year deal. The rest, I'm not really sure where we are right now. I'm going to make these decisions myself. Zane Gonzalez is someone that I could just like re-sign in free agency for cheaper. So the only guy I'm really going to focus on is Kenyon Drake, and he's not going to sign a 1-year deal that we offer him. Almost no way. So I'm going to have to franchise tag him, which will work for the transition tag. It's actually going to be a little bit more expensive. I think the transition tag was like $8.5 million that he signed. But we're going to go ahead and have to renegotiate that down the line. I don't know if I want to yet. But Marcus Gilbert can walk. We're going to focus on drafting a tackle. The stats for this first season don't matter. But we're going to go ahead and head into free agency and probably not do too much in this first season just because, like, Chris Jones re-signed with the Chiefs in real life, or he got franchise tagged, excuse me. Michael Pierce, I want to say, is headed to Minnesota. I don't know what's going on with Kareem Hunt. Kendall Fuller is going to Washington. So many of these players have already signed with teams in real life. Matt Judon was franchise tagged by the Ravens. Kyle Van Noy to the Dolphins. So I'm not really going to negotiate with any of these guys and bring them in. I feel like that's disingenuous. Robert Quinn went to the Bears. So we're just going to simulate to the draft and kind of start things from there and focus on, signing players and trading for players in the next season when we can fully take over. But let's go ahead and see what our record ended up being, because that's going to determine our draft order. And it's actually at number 2. I think I'm gonna like I don't know how to handle this. We won like no games, 3-13 in simulation. Now, of course, I could go through and force win, you know, every single team in the league to get the draft order, and some people probably would have wanted that. That would have taken maybe 4 hours to do that. I'm just not gonna do that. That's ridiculous. So we'll just like make it a realistic pick anyway for who is going to be available, as Chase Young goes to the Broncos at 1. It's like I'm not going to take. That's actually good that he went there, because I don't have the temptation to take him now, because Derek Brown, someone that could be available at 8, and we need defensive line very, very badly. Isaiah Simmons has the potential to be available at 8. CeeDee Lamb for sure. I mean, pretty much everyone that I would draft has a potential to be available at 8. So we're just going to have to pretend. We're going to put on our pretend caps and play make-believe. In real life, it's going to be very interesting to see if Isaiah Simmons falls to the Cardinals, because that'd be a really, really tough decision for them, as they struggle heavily on defense, especially covering tight ends. And Isaiah Simmons is someone that could do that to a very high level, just moving chess piece on defense. And they love their money backers, at least they did in the past, kind of in that more James Betcher style defense. But I think I'd be leaning towards offensive line here. So really the decision comes down to Jedrick Wills or Tristan Wirfs. Now, we could take Becton. I'm going to leave DJ Humphries over at left tackle. Jedrick Wills is a traditional. Start him right away, right tackle. He was to his blindside protector. Very, very good player. Or Tristan Wirfs, who has flexibility to move inside and play guard. What would I rather have? I think I'm going to take Jedrick Wills here. So Jedrick Wills, of course, valued at number 14. We took him at number 2. We're going to have to pretend that's number 8, although it doesn't really matter all that much. Jedrick Wills is my pick. And he's going to hopefully create a lot of opportunities for this offense and have Kyler Murray protected, being able to throw the ball to the man of the video, Deandre Hopkins, and we're going to be in business. Second round now. So, of course, the Cardinals don't have that second round pick anymore, so we're trading it to the Texans. Also trading a 4th round pick next year for a 4th round pick this year. I think that is the exact details of the trade, although the link that I had did not specify which 4th round pick it was, either this year or next year, which means I think it's going to be this year. So we're going to simulate now to the 3rd round and then reassess the draft board. All right, round 3. A bunch of really good receivers still on the board, as is kind of how these drafts go. Even though I have these guys projected to go way higher, they just fall and fall and fall. It's impossible to get it in a perfect spot. You'd have to make the draft board look absolutely ridiculous, because... And I mean, in real life, wide receivers are probably going to fall just because there are way too many good ones. I think Kyle Duggar is a really interesting choice here, as with same with Antoine Winfield. I think Kyle Duggar is the pick here. I'm going to take him. 69 overall, nice. Star better development. I don't mind this pick at all. I mean, this is an extreme athlete out of a small school, Lenore Ryan. And there's a lot of potential to build around there. Am I going to start him over Deontay Thompson? Maybe. I don't know. I can't really pass this up anymore. It's a 4th round. I'm going to take a receiver. Donovan Peoples-Jones out of Michigan. 71 overall, ranked number 60 in the class. We took him at 98. Very well-rounded player. This wide receiver class is just so unbelievably stacked. It's going to be so interesting to see where some of these guys end up and what type of impact they make in just their first year. You're going to see probably 4th and 5th round receivers be really, really solid players for teams and maybe even more than limited roles in their first year. 2020 is going to be an interesting year for the NFL. Again, depending on when it actually happens, because the preseason might be delayed. This pandemic seems to be no joke, man. It's very odd. We're going to take one of my favorite late round corners here, Amik Robertson out of Louisiana Tech. And I don't know where we're going to play him first year. I think this is more of a nickel guy, but we could definitely use one of those. I'm going to go Alex Highsmith here in the 5th, and that's probably going to be my last pick of the draft. We'll get a nice little edge rusher out of Charlotte. Maybe the new beast out of Charlotte. You guys remember Larry Ogunjobi, of course. Maybe Alex Highsmith has something. Larry Fitzgerald retired, but there are some new receivers on this team. I guess they're not new, but we didn't see them last time. Isaiah Ford and Keyshawn Johnson. Not to be confused with Keyshawn Johnson. Can I get over to it? God! Can I get over him? Thank you. Jedrick Willis is going to start at right tackle. It's a decent team. Not much has changed from last season. Of course, we're looking to get better this season, obviously. And the emergence of Kyle Duggar, let me tell you, I almost want to start him at middle linebacker. He's 6'2", 220, so he'd be light for the position. But I think I'm actually going to do that. Deontay Thompson has star development now, so Duggar's going to play middle linebacker. That's an odd fit, but that's just what we're going to do. It's just what's going to happen. So Kyle Duggar is going to be a rookie middle linebacker for us now. And he's a 67 overall, so not even too bad. Alex Highsmith is not really a prototypical 3-4 defensive end, but it's also what's going to happen. We drafted Raekwon Williams out of Michigan State, so he's going to go ahead and start at defensive tackle over Corey Peters because he has star, better development. Got Zach Allen still in there. Amik Robertson is going to be our third corner. A lot of higher development guys in this particular draft. Don't have a kicker or punter. We're going to figure that out, and then we will make Raekwon Williams a rush specialist. Also I want Alex Highsmith to be in that role over Hassan Reddick. Kyle Duggar is going to be our number one sub linebacker. And then I do not want Byron Murphy in the slot. I want, ideally, Andy Isabella in the slot, and then our slot corner to be Amik Robertson. So this is the team for season number 2, we're going to call it. Looks pretty solid, man. Same thing that you guys just saw. Defense looks good. Kyle Duggar starting at middle linebacker. Everything is how I want it now. We have Paul Bufano and Mookie Kramer as our kicker and punter. And then specialists, everyone is in their correct position that they need to be. Hopefully this team is successful. I'm hoping that they will be. And I will see you guys at the midseason mark. And I'm thinking I might want to change the playbooks. Maybe something like Baltimore, where we might get a little bit more mobility out of the quarterback. We'll see. We are 0-8. Great. Yeah, playbook change is definitely coming in season 3. I'll tell you that for free. Buda Baker is an impending free agent. Definitely want to bring him back. Patrick Peterson, Kenyon Drake, Hassan Reddick. I'll consider Reddick. I think he has some potential still. You got to get him off that normal development. Patrick Peterson's a tough one because of his age. Kenyon Drake is tough because I don't really want to pay a running back big money, although that's fairly cheap, so we can bring him back for 4. I'll offer him that 19 over 4. He resigns. Buda Baker, I absolutely want to bring back. He's actually super cheap considering his ability. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And then Patrick Peterson's probably going to be fairly expensive. I would give him 2 years, and he's going to re-sign. So I think this was a pretty good re-signing period for us. Hassan Reddick's going to be a little bit expensive because of his position. Like, there's definitely potential there, but I don't know how comfortable I am offering him a long-term deal. He's middling a decent overall. He's almost up to an 80. I'm not convinced that he's the future of that outside linebacker position for us. I really don't know what our defense is going to look like. I might transition into a 4-3. I think the personnel would better suit that, but I have not made a decision at this time. We could just easily kick Zach Allen into defensive tackle, although he's a really, really traditional 3-4 defensive end. You know, edge flexibility. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not like that really matters in Madden at all. You can just kind of play anyone anywhere. But we're going to go ahead and simulate to the playoffs, which I would almost guarantee we're not going to be involved with at all. Yeah, so we didn't make the playoffs. 3-13. Playbook change coming big time in season number 3. But we're going to go ahead and simulate now to the offseason. Make probably some tough decisions regarding guys like Hassan Reddick and maybe others who have progressed a little bit along the way. So let's go ahead and do that. Here is Hassan Reddick. Cowboys Chiefs in the Super Bowl. So we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Dallas Texans of old. Hassan Reddick is up to a 79 overall, 26 years old. He's a little bit more expensive now. I just don't know that I want to do that. J.R. Sweezy, I can let go. I don't really need Case Keenum to be our backup quarterback. So I think, I mean, what could he realistically get up to? Only normal development. If he got up to star, maybe I'm interested. This is such like a fringe sign for me. I would offer him less money and over more time, and he's going to decline that. So he's not going to be on the team. Yeah, I mean, I could franchise tag him and just give myself another year to decide. We have a lot of money, so I don't really think that's much of an issue. Let's actually do that. I know it's expensive to do that. Not quite double what we could probably bring him back for, but it's still expensive nonetheless. However, I'd be willing to pay more to give myself the flexibility of a non-locking contract over multiple years. Tre'Davious White is available. Patrick Peterson's down to an 82. Trent Williams is available, although I think I'm just going to keep DJ Humphries for the time being. Aaron Jones is in free agency. We don't need Aaron Jones, but no one else has made an offer for him, so that's where I come in. We will be offering Aaron Jones a contract. Not a big one. We're going to offer him less than Kenyon Drake got. Really, really cheap deal. And Kenyon Drake could be a good complementary back to Aaron Jones, who runs with some great power, elusiveness, and catches the ball out of the backfield. I think the main player that we're going to target, though, is going to be Tre'Davious White, one of the best corners in the NFL. He's really, really come into his own over the past couple years. And has anyone even made an offer? We could probably get him for cheap, too. 5-year deal, take the money down, and he might just sign immediately to rejoin some LSU teammates. Well, I guess when I say rejoin, reunite, like, he's joining LSU players. He never played with Patrick Peterson, I'm very aware, but I hope you know what I mean when I say that. But we're going to offer Tre'Davious White. Samson Ebukam would make a lot of sense for this team, although I don't think I'm going to do anything there. I think I'll... Oh, Kyle Duggar got up to superstar. Jordan Hicks got up to superstar. Interesting. Might give Aldrick Rosas a deal, and that's kind of it. Stage 2, we got Tre'Davious White. That is a very huge addition to our secondary, and I'm not exactly sure how I want to order things. Jedrick Willis has superstar dev, Kyler Murray superstar. We're looking to be in really, really good shape there. What position would we look to draft? Probably defensive line still. I mean, Amik Robertson as superstar dev. We kind of don't need Patrick Peterson anymore. Where are we going to play Amik Robertson? I don't know. O-line, certainly a big need. Tight end's a big need as well. We also got Aldrick Rosas and Aaron Jones, so the offense is really looking elite at this point. We got a two-headed monster in the backfield with Kenyon Drake and Aaron Jones. Kyler Murray has some weapons to throw to. Maybe just protect him a little bit more with the addition of a center or a guard or another guard, tight end. And then defensively, I think our defense is really starting to come on strong as well. This team is just development away, and that's it. So picking a number 2 overall in the draft again, probably a trade down spot for us. And there's a safety as a number 1 overall player in the class. Wow, he looks really, really good. This is Earl Thomas. This is Earl Thomas, 5'10", 206 out of Texas. Great speed. This is Earl Thomas. Exact same size. Exact same school. Earl Thomas ran 4.43. Zach Bayless ran 4.44. I'm super tempted. I really am. Is free safety our biggest need? No. But maybe. Jalen Scantlebury looks pretty good. A little bit slow, though. Jaguars took the safety at number 1. That's great because I would have been way too tempted to go free safety at number 2. I would have been. Now, what are my trade offers? The Redskins are offering an interesting package here. I'd probably rather do something manual, I would say. So let's do that. Bird team to the other. We're trading number 2 overall, a 6 and a 7 for number 4 overall, number 36 overall, and a first round next year, projected at number 23. And then I think I'm going to do a little bit more trading. I'm not sure I want that pick at number 4. I'm going to trade down a little bit more, see if anyone has 2 firsts and wants to get a little bit frisky. I still don't even know what position I want here. But I'm tempted to go wide out, but I don't think that's the right decision necessarily. I'm tempted to go linebacker, but I don't know. Jordan Hicks is going to only regress more. I don't need corner. I need D-line. I don't know what to do with the position that we're in. Trading number 4, a future 2 and a future 3 for number 9 overall this year from the Falcons, and a future 1. Hopefully they're very, very bad next year, but I'm actually really comfortable with the trades that we've made. I think I am going to pick at number 9. There is a defensive tackle that is a baller that I hope is available, and he is. Jose Bussey out of Stanford said, hey, Roger Goodell, I'm not doing your combine, and we're drafting him. 76 overall, number 9 in the class, took him at number 9. Star or better development, good strength, good block shed, good power moves, great speed and acceleration. great athlete and will be playing a lot at defensive tackle for us. So not a super exciting selection based on the position that he plays, but someone that's certainly going to help us out. Trading 2 2s for a 1 next year from the Bears. Hopefully they're ass. Although, knowing that the Vikings are in the same division, that's probably 2 guaranteed wins a year for them, just because the Vikings are maybe the worst team in simulation to ever exist. And then in the 3rd round, I'm going to come back and take another defensive tackle. He was projected to go in the 4th, although I think he's going to be a whole lot better than that. Jaden Riddle out of Virginia Tech. Welcome to the team. 70 overall, normal development, number 31 in the class. We took him at 66, and I'm speaking extremely quickly. But yeah, he's going to be the probably rotational defensive tackle on our team. Not going to start. We got better players than him. But that is the draft. Just wasn't a good enough class. I did a lot of trading down, a lot of moving around, a lot of turning picks now into better picks later. So boring, but the draft class was kind of So did what we had to do. Why does it look like Mason Cole is doing blue steel? It looks like he's doing like a modeling pose. Like everyone else just has like either a mugshot or a smile, and he's like, what are you doing, Mason Cole? We got to get a different guy to start at right guard than him. That is not ideal. Defensively, I've moved to a 4-3. Offensively, I've changed to Dallas Cowboys offense. We'll see if that's good for us. Kyle Duggar's going to slide outside. Chandler Jones is going to slide down, and we're going to be good to go. This is the team for season number 3. We're just going to leave the offensive line the way it is. We can always make trades in the draft when those picks have the most value, and I like it. It looks pretty good. This is the way I'm setting up specialists. Tre'Davious White, I guess, is going to play in the nickel. Why would we do that? I don't know. Actually, Byron Murphy will play in that role, and we're going to get Tre'Davious White down the list a little bit. Kyle Duggar, I want playing over Jordan Hicks. I think this is a good team. It's not a great team, but we've changed around the playbooks quite a bit. Dallas and Cincinnati for the defense for the 4-3. I think this is going to be pretty good. 3-4. It's improvement because we've won 3 games a year each of the previous seasons. And I'm getting a little bit of menu input lag. That's always fun. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the team. And do I want to re-sign Chandler Jones, man? It's just so tough watching some of these top players regress and be paying them a lot of money. Like, I'm going to let you know right now, I'm not bringing back Patrick Peterson. There's just absolutely no way. I think this is the final year of his deal. We gave him a 2-year deal. I think this is it. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he has 1 more year. But there's no real reason to have him. Hassan Reddick is up to an 80. Max Williams is here. I don't really want to bring him back. Christian Kirk. And I guess we'll give Chandler Jones a deal. 2 years is not that bad. He's going to go down to like an 83 maybe. So I'm cool with that. And then Christian Kirk, I'll sign like a 5-year deal, up the money a little bit, and he resigns. The rest we can just put off for the time being. I wouldn't be opposed to franchise tagging Hassan Reddick again, although it's not at the top of my list of things to do. We'll simulate to the playoffs and see if we end up making them. We did not make the playoffs, as was somewhat expected. We finished, though, 9-7. We started doing a little bit of that winning thing. Our offense was really awful. Well, in terms of passing yards. I wonder how our rushing yards were. Not actually too bad. Defensively, we were awesome. But it's just, we need more of an aerial attack, especially with DeAndre Hopkins as the main focus. We can't have only 64 catches for him. So how do we get him more involved? I don't know. We're going to work on that. Defense was interesting. His 7 sacks from the middle linebacker spot for Jordan Hicks is very, very strange. But I'm not going to change anything because our defense was as good as they were. If our offense came to play, this is a team that has Andrew Luck wins MVP with the Patriots. Oh my goodness. But if our offense comes to play, and Dak Prescott's here, we're going to be a great team. But we're just not in that situation right now. Kyler Murray is number 6 for Offensive Player of the Year. I guess we'll leave him in that role. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack. Jordan Hicks at 2. He had an all-around amazing season. Hassan Reddick at 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Josh Rose for the Chicago Bears. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Trey Green for the Eagles. Jose Bussey at number 2. Unfortunate we didn't win that. But not a bad season all in all. All things considered, I think we outperformed expectations winning 9 games. So it's time for another offseason. And this one offseason might be enough to take us to the promised land of not only the playoffs, but the Super Bowl. Hassan Reddick's been upgraded to star development. That's all I needed to see. 3-year deal, I'd actually be okay with that. He'll probably get up to like an 85. He wants to play for a new team. No. So 15.8 a year, way too much for Hassan Reddick. But again, it gives me the flexibility to make that decision again next year. And I'm more comfortable doing that. It's a bigger cap hit for 1 year only. Doesn't really matter too much. We still have $32 million to spend in free agency if we want to go down that route. Jair Alexander's there. Great player. No interest. J.J. Watt is an interesting one, but doesn't really fit my current scheme. He's great, but I don't think I'm going to sign him. Leighton Vander Esch would be a nice add, but we don't really need a linebacker at this point. Although I will say that Jordan Hicks is probably regressing a lot. He's hanging around an 80. We'll keep him there. Safety spots, I think, are fine. Definitely no area to upgrade there. Wide receiver. Deandre Hopkins still in 99. I think we're fine there. Preston Williams, what a beast. Oh, they don't really need him. Tight end is the one position that I'm looking at. And Zach Ertz, I think, is the perfect target. Now, when Kyler Murray was super successful at Oklahoma, he worked with some pretty great tight ends. And Zach Ertz definitely fits the bill on that. We might offer him a giant contract. Ooh, Zach Ertz and Frank Ragnow have both accepted our contract offers. So Ragnow, someone that we could start at center, might end up just moving him over to guard. I think I offered Connor Williams as well, but no word on if he has signed that yet or not, or he definitely hasn't. But Zach Ertz, great addition to this offense. I like that a lot. Might change the offense again in terms of the actual scheme. Did I offer Connor Williams a deal? I think I did, man. I can't remember. I mean, he's not in there, so I guess I didn't. Yeah, I guess I didn't even offer him. He signed with the Lions. 2022 NFL draft time. We're picking at number 8, which is, funnily enough, where they're picking in real life in 2020. And what position do I want to draft? I think it's, D-line and O-line again. We didn't really take offensive line last year because just the players weren't there, but need a right guard badly. Need a left guard. We could probably have someone with a lot more potential than Justin Pugh. Backup running back wouldn't be the worst thing. Backup tight end wouldn't be the worst thing. And then defensively, we could use an edge. Like Alex Highsmith would be okay. Zach Allen's okay. Amik Robertson's going to play over Patrick Peterson at this point. Yeah, we just need its edge and its offensive line. So we could take a receiver as well, because it's not like we're getting a ton of production and a ton of development from Andy Isabella or Hakeem Butler or even Donovan Peoples-Jones. Donovan Peoples-Jones has not really played a ton for us, but I mean, it kind of is what it is on that front. DPJ, sorry, but we're going to see what's here. We're going to take best player available at a position of need. We pick a number 8. We pick a number 14, 19, and 24. How do we improve this team? So this draft is super not top heavy at all. I'm not going to waste time trading down. I'm just going to take these players, and we're going to have a lot of depth and a lot of opportunity to develop players. Tracy Kilgore is the number 6 player in the draft and is already a very high overall at 77 star, better development. Great strength. Block shed and power move are very good as well. More of a nose tackle, it looks like, than a real strong rusher, but not bad, not bad. You know what? My dream NFL has 11 tight ends on the offense side of the ball and 11 tight ends playing defense. We're going to take a blocking tight end here in the first round. Gotta love the blocking tight ends. He's a 75 overall, ranked at number 8. And this is a dream pair with Zach Ertz. You gotta love a good blocking tight end. That 74 run block, I mean, that's phenomenal. Keelan Singh is up next out of the U. He actually looks really good. Good top skills, good athlete. Could have something here, and we do. Number 9 in the class, 74 overall, hidden development. He's going to start right away at right end as well. Here's the thing. If number 6 is a 77 and number 9 in the class is a 74, you can see the huge drop-off in this class between some of the early first-rounders and, I mean, even just the early first-rounders and the middle guys for sure is huge. The disparity is unbelievable. And we haven't really taken offensive line yet. I went for a blocking tight end, but look at all the offensive linemen here. Like Teddy Wise out of Bama, skip the combine. You already know I'm in on that. Although I'm not sure that he's the guy. Don't pick again until the 4th. If I want to tackle, Rodney Ruffin is the guy. We can take him in the 5th, for sure. Do I want Zach Carmichael? Do I want Teddy Wise? I don't know. We're going to take Teddy Wise out of Bama. I got to take the baller. Number 23 in the class, we took him at 24. Only normal development, but he's someone that can probably come in and start immediately, depending on how the rest of these offensive linemen go. There's only one offensive lineman still available in the 4th out of all those guys. It is Rodney Ruffin, and we're going to take him. 72 overall, number 16 in the class. We drafted him at 115. Only normal development, but someone that can come in and start right away, probably at guard. This is the team for season number 4. Looks pretty good. Definitely some notable improvements. Ruffin's going to start at left guard. Lamont Gaillard is going to start at right guard. A lot of that rhymed? I think so. Starting 2 rookies on the D-line, Kilgore and Singh. Hopefully they get after the QB. Our secondary looks good. Our linebackers look good. Secondary looks really good. I say secondary already. It still does. Let's go ahead and simulate to the midseason mark. Playoff team? I sure hope so. 4-3 at the midseason mark. I don't think that's too bad. I mean, we're going to upgrade our team. We're looking good. And we got a real shot to make the playoffs here. We're winning the division right now. Did we make the playoffs? No, we didn't. Are you kidding me? 7-8-1. Great second half of the season, man. We won 3 games. Offense was in the top half, I guess. Defense was in the top half. Top 10. Maybe Dallas offense isn't it. Very similar numbers to last year all around. Aaron Jones had a great season. Deandre Hopkins was more involved because I put him in the slot. Zach Ertz had a good season. I mean, what's the issue? What's the issue? Only 3 interceptions for the entire team. That feels like an issue. Not really forcing a ton of turnovers. Mahomes wins MVP. I'm going to go Bears offense, dude. The Bears are always ridiculous. Kyler Murray finishes at 10, but we're not doing anything with it. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Rose. Murray at 5. Defensive Player of the Year, Jadeveon Clowney, still in the Seahawks. Don't know where he's going to resign, or if he's going to resign or sign somewhere else. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to James Foster. Hayden Williams, my blocking tight end at number 2. Lamar Moreland, whoever that is, at 8. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year, Keelan Singh. I'll take that. Tracy Kilgore at 2. So great production from our rookie defensive lineman, but it didn't amount to much. We'll do one more season. This has to be a playoff team. I'm choosing Chicago offense. Let's do something. Got to bring back DeAndre Hopkins. Biggest priority. Kyler Murray actually is here as well. Okay, so we have 2 priorities. Hassan Reddick, I think I'm probably not going to re-sign at this point. Hopkins has to come back. He's the point of the entire video. We'll extend him a little bit. 4 years. He's going to test free agency. Well, that can't happen. So I have to franchise tag you. That's $20 million. Has to happen. Kyler Murray, I'm going to have to give a massive contract to, and I can't risk him declining because I don't have a franchise tag. So we're going to re-sign Kyler Murray. Have to re-sign Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's back. Jordan Hicks I can let walk. Deontay Thompson I kind of have. Hold on. Is Patrick Peterson here? No. This is such a tough decision because we could move Amik Robertson back to safety if we wanted to. Nah, Deontay Thompson's pretty good. He's probably going to be cheap, too. Deontay Thompson is back. Andy Isabella. Oh, Patrick Peterson is there. He's just regressing a lot. Andy Isabella is going to return. There we go. Jalen Thompson, 78 overall. Hiding. Lamont Gaillard I need to bring back. I don't actually need to. Well, we're going to let him walk. Just we have like a second-year offensive lineman that can play that role. Hassan Reddick can walk. Jordan Hicks can walk. We need to sign and draft a linebacker. That's just the position that we're in. Devin White is here. That's got to be the player. That has to be the player. Ooh, we got Devin White. I'm in. I'm in. Let's see here. So, as I said, we needed to sign one and we need to draft one. We got our middle linebacker. We're really just missing an outside linebacker at this point. Our offensive line looks pretty good. Now, Wise could move over to guard, or we could also draft one. Depends how this offseason goes. I'd love another receiver, but like they're not realistically going to play over Andy Isabella, so might as well just go to the draft and see what type of player we can bring in. Best player available at a linebacker position. I'm not opposed to taking a safety and playing him at linebacker if they fit the profile. Pick at number 14. Also not opposed to trading up. All right, I'm taking Jalen Riles here out of Oklahoma. I think he's slightly better than Morris Orchard just because of his athletic profile. I mean, is athleticism that important? I mean, it is important, but am I going to draft for athleticism over ability? I mean, tough decision. I'm going to take Jalen Riles. He's a 71 overall, number 19 in the class. We took him at 14. He's got star better development though. Good speed. You can't teach speed. We made the right decision. Trading Raekwon Williams in the third for number 15 from the Patriots. Didn't need him, but he's a very good defensive tackle. Just wasn't one that was going to play on our team. So I am going to be trading him and then drafting an offensive lineman. Shaquille Hatchett out of Stanford. Looks like a beast. Welcome to the team. Looks like a monster, and he is. Number 3 in the class, 78 overall. Shaq Hatchett, 6'5", 337. Moves quickly. He's got the strength. He's got the ability. I love it. It's backup quarterback time. Kalen Hodel, 72 overall at UCLA. That is, who matches that, dude? I mean, I can think of some UCLA quarterbacks. Technically, well, I guess not technically. Troy Aikman, even though he's at Oklahoma first. Brett Hundley, those really improviser types. That would be 72 overall coming out? No. Am I missing a notable UCLA QB? Josh Rosen to the Cardinals? Maybe. I don't know. We're going to simulate to the end of the draft. All right, this is the team. Hopefully we get the Gene Dangus luck this time around. Solid team. Solid team. Hopefully they come to play. I think they should. I'm excited for it. But, yeah, don't suck. Don't suck, please. Got some rookies that I need to make, or I need to have make an impact. I need to learn how to speak English. We're going to simulate straight to the playoffs. Screw it. Let's get it, baby. All right, come on. Please, 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 please. Yes. Wild card appearance. Panthers, Cardinals. We went 10-6. Barely winning the division. The Seahawks won 9. I don't want to check that. I want to see schedule. The Bengals went 15-1. Are we smoking math? They have Joe Burrow? No. Maybe. I don't know, actually. Team schedule. Let's see here. Now, we went on a 3-week losing streak. And then kind of clutched it up near the end. Winning every game except for one against the Rams. I was like, what, 7 out of 8? Something in that neighborhood. Maybe 6 out of 7. But we got a playoff berth for the first time in a while. So this has got to be the one. 91 defense, 89 offense. Somehow that's 89 overall. We're going to do tight end training boost because running back, I mean, Aaron Jones is already pretty good. He's kind of been quiet over the course of this rebuild, though. I'll tell you that much. Let's see our overalls here. Kyler Murray's up to a 93. That's carrying the way. Offense looking sick. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't have to. You see it. You know. Defensively, Riles only has star development. Buda Baker's up to superstar. I think he's kind of been there, though. This is a good team. I need to see production out of this team very badly. Very badly. Kyler Murray finally passing yards. Chicago offense is the wave. Without question. Third defense. Chicago offense. Cincinnati defense. And we're going to be golden. Because Aaron Jones still had a good year. Receiving. Christian Kirk went off in the slot. Deandre Hopkins should have been in there. He would have put up those numbers. Defensively, Devin White changed our defense. That might be Defensive Player of the Year conversation. A lot of sacks by the whole team. A lot of interceptions by the whole team. Devin White changed the defense. Huge addition. Joe Burrow's on the Titans. 11-5. ¿Dónde están los Cardinals? Número 2, Kyler Murray. Half Korean? Potentially? Or 1/4 Korean, I think. Not relevant. But Offensive Player of the Year, Kyler Murray. Defensive Player of the Year, Eric Kendricks. Devin White at 4. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alexander Cunningham. Kalen Hodel, our backup QB, at 9. He's up to a 77. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Lyle Andrews. Jalen Riles at number 2. All right, wild card playoff against the Panthers. It's worth hopping into Super Sim. No lo quiero play the moments. Jugar los momentos. All right. Yeah, I speak a little bit of Spanish. I don't want to flex or anything like that. I know basic Spanish. All right. Pretty close game so far. We take the lead going into the half, 24-10. Just got to close out the Panthers, but they are still fighting. Really tough team to beat in simulation usually. but our Bears offense, Bengals defense seems to be too much for them. 30-13 is your final. Riverboat Ron Rivera still in Carolina, of course, but Kyler Murray threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns en route to a wild card victory and divisional playoff berth. Let's get after it. Ooh, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Cardinals Cowboys. This is a very interesting matchup. We're going to hop in here and see if we can beat them. This would mean an NFC Championship appearance if we could. Now, the Cowboys are a very, very tough team to beat in simulation. So, might have to jump in here. We're only 1 overall point higher than them. So, this could be a very, very close game. Or we're going to get blown out. That very close game coming up to the half here. 21-10 Dallas, but we are still fighting. Our offense just has to put up some more points. That was a drive we had to score, and we did. 21-19. 2.5 minutes remain. Let's go, should we just go play by play here? Let's do it. We are driving. Seems like we just barely picked up first, though. 2nd and 10, now 3rd and 10, but a huge gain as Christian Kirk picks up 21, and we're in prime position as Kyler Murray delivers it to Aaron Jones for 21. 1st and goal from the Dallas 4, and we are getting stopped here. But we actually scored and got into the end zone. 26-21. Should we hop in and play some defense? 59 seconds. Watch me get absolutely dicked on right here by Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense. Zeke in the backfield. I'm going to user Kyle Duggar. Haven't used it in a while, and they're actually going to get to the sideline. All we have to do is keep them in front of us. Touchdown would really, really suck. Wouldn't really care about anything else. Now, y'all know that the user is the best part of my game. So we're going to chuck at the line. And just user well. I need that football to come out. User pick ISIS things here, clearly. He's going to play over the middle, and they're checking down. I'm totally cool with doing that. I kind of didn't see Zeke ever, because I would have been on that, even though it wasn't my responsibility. Dallas burns their final timeout. All we have to do is keep them in front of us. Because this is 2 plays. This is 2 plays. If we keep them in bounds. That's all they have. And they're throwing near me. It's a touchdown. I let it go. Why did I drop down to play underneath? I suck so bad. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. The big O, and they're going for 2. Oh my goodness, I suck so bad. What a dumbass decision that was. Why didn't I take the over-the-top route? Now we need a pick 2. We have 3. Oh my god, I just threw the game away. Obviously, yeah, a safety should have been there to help, but like, I could have run with that. Now we have 14 seconds to drive the length of the field, probably. See if Kenyon Drake can do anything. All right, here's the thing. We have DeAndre Hopkins, and we have Kyler Murray. What that means is we can either throw it up or scramble. We could kick a field goal here and be successful. I'm so bad on offense. I really don't know where I want to go with the football. I'm just going to scramble and try to pick it up this way. Timeout. I don't know if that was the right decision. We're not going to be able to get into field goal range, I don't think. I mean, oh, it's going to be so close. If we could throw like a really quick slant. It's only 4 seconds. It's such a low amount of time. I would have to go over the middle. I'd have to get a timeout off. And even then, it'd be a super long field goal. I know the time's going to expire. I know it is. I'm well aware. It's going to expire if I call the play and throw it to DeAndre Hopkins. This is so... I just have to go to the end zone here. Throwing it to our best receiver. Player of the episode. And it's incomplete. That's the game. I suck. What are we going to do? Oh, man. I'm the absolute worst. That's just where we are on that. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for the video. We made it to the divisional. And, yeah, there should have been safety help, but, like, I let go of the guy I needed to run with in that situation. That's low football IQ, but welcome to the channel. That's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.
We'll